Hey guys, Moonblast here, and for today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to do the Outbreak solo Easter egg in Exo Zombies. Some of the steps are slightly different for co-op, so this guide will only work for solo. There are also two different endings of this Easter egg, so I'll mention when the normal ending and the alternate ending diverge from each other later in the video. Alrighty, so to start, you'll want to run over here and grab this black box that fell out of a crashed warbird. You will also want to grab your exosuit, which is over here in the exo room. The black box is encrypted, so you'll want to head to the morgue where you can click X on the computer Angie, and this will also set the black box on the ground so that Angie can decrypt it. Our security level isn't high enough, so we will now need to collect the 4 ID badges for our characters, and you can collect them in any order that you would like. You can also tell how many ID badges you've picked up by looking at your own ID badge on screen next to your points. For Lilith's ID badge, you'll want to hit the 3D printer until you get the EM1. Once you get the EM1, you'll want to hit the 3D printer again, but while it's spinning, you'll want to shoot it with the EM1. This will cause Lilith's ID badge to appear in the 3D printer, which you can now pick up. Next, for Oz's ID badge, you'll want to buy Exoslam. You will then want to head over to Holding, and you'll find these boxes in the room next to Exo Health. You will now need to shoot this bar on this box until it breaks off. Now that the bar is destroyed, we can now Exoslam on this middle box, which will cause this other box to raise up, and we can now pick up Oz's ID badge, which is in the box that has raised up. Next, we can get Decker's ID badge, and to do this, you'll want to buy a trash chute, but then back up so that you don't go in it. You'll then want to buy the trash chute again, but this time you want to go in it, and you'll now be sent to an incinerator room. Decker's ID badge is on the ground, and for it to appear, it needs to be shot, so you need to shoot the ground and keep spamming X until you pick it up. I recommend using the EM1 we got earlier for this, since the EM1 doesn't reload, so when you're spamming X, your gun isn't constantly trying to reload. The incinerator room will begin to compress while you're in there, so you might not get Decker's ID badge on your first attempt, since you'll be kicked out once the incinerator room is done compressing. If you don't get Decker's ID badge, you can redo the process by buying the trash chute and not going in it, and then buying the trash chute and going in it until you've collected Decker's ID badge. Next, we need to get Kahn's ID badge, but for this, we'll need to wait for an infection round. There are 4 buttons that we need to click in this hallway while infected, and you can click them in any order. However, I recommend getting infected next to this button and then clicking all the buttons down the hallway from here. Another tip is to get a camouflage drop for this step, because if you pop camouflage after getting infected, you can safely click all the buttons without getting hit. Once you have clicked all 4 buttons, you can pick up Kahn's ID badge at this window. At this point, we now have all 4 of our characters' ID badges, and this is the point where the normal ending and the alternate ending diverge. For this step, zombies will now drop ID badges, and we need to collect ID badges until we get 49 of them so that we can upgrade our security level to 49. For the alternate ending, we need to collect up to 49 ID badges with all of our ID badges coming from zombies that had their killing blow come from a melee hit. If you pick up an ID badge that came from a zombie that had its killing blow come from something other than a melee swing, the alternate ending will now be unobtainable in that game, so be careful if you want the alternate ending. To get the alternate ending, you also cannot go down or you'll fail, and the alternate ending will also be unobtainable in this game. In comparison, for the normal ending, we need to collect up to 49 ID badges from zombies if at least one of the ID badges coming from a zombie that had a killing blow other than a melee swing, such as from a gun, a grenade, or from bleeding out. For the alternate ending, it's okay to damage the zombies with guns or grenades, but you need to make sure that the killing blow comes from a melee swing. If you accidentally kill a zombie with a gun or a grenade, it's fine, but just make sure not to pick up the ID badge and it will eventually despawn. You will know that you're still on track to get the alternate ending because the color of the number of ID badges that you have will be in white. In comparison, the number of ID badges you have will turn gray once you pick up an ID badge that came from a zombie whose killing blow did not come from a melee swing, or if you've gone down. At this point, the steps to complete either ending for the Easter egg converge back together. We need to get one more ID badge by clicking on a hand scanner, but the hand scanner you click on will depend on which character you are playing as. For Kahn, you can find his hand scanner across the hallway from the MP11. For Oz, you'll find his hand scanner just to the left of Exo Health. For Decker, you can find his hand scanner on the stairway that leads to the Exo room. And for Lilith, you can find her hand scanner in the morgue here across from the entrance to the Exo room. With this last ID badge, we have upgraded our security level to 50, and we can now head back to the computer Angie and click X on it. Next, we need to click X on the exosuits here, and this is the trigger to complete the Easter egg. Now we can head outside to see a warbird from Atlas, which has come to pick us up. If you have completed the normal ending, the warbird will get hit by an orbital care package and crash. This was an accident, and the purpose of this gameplay-wise is that it allows you to keep playing the map after completing the Easter egg. As a bonus for completing the normal ending, you can now upgrade your weapons one more time from Mark 20 to Mark 25. The normal upgrade stations will tell you that your gun has reached its max level at Mark 20. However, a new upgrade station is now in the Exo room, which allows you to upgrade your weapons one more time to Mark 25. If you have completed the alternate ending, the warbird will pick you up, and this will end the game. From here, Atlas takes our crew to the next map, Infection. For completing either ending for this Easter egg, you will also get the Game Over Man achievement, which is worth 50 gamer score. I am also posting my gameplay of getting the alternate ending in case you want to watch it. For completing the normal ending of the Easter egg, you'll get the Silver Bus trophy on Descent, and for completing the alternate ending of the Easter egg, you'll get both the Silver Bus and the Gold Bus trophy, which is cool. If you guys found this video useful, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.